of course, you've been healed by the Zetas as well.
I was ill with an incurable disease condition from 1988 until 2012. Initially, I was extraordinarily ill. I had to leave my profession, leave everything that I valued behind. And I was bedridden for quite a long time. I had a horrible pain in my head, in the roof of my mouth. I had word finding problems. I didn't know if I was dying or what was wrong. First doctor I went to said that it looked like I had radiation poisoning, but radiation from what? You know, that's what I thought then. And I lost a tremendous amount of weight. I was too weak to be able to walk, and couldn't drive a car. I couldn't do anything for a period of time. And then eventually I started to feel a little bit better, but I would have periods where it would wax and wane. And finally, I moved beyond being bedridden with it to the point where I was like an 85-year-old woman. If I tried to work, I would feel something inside that would say, you have to stop now. If you go beyond this point, you will be bedridden. And so it was really a yoke around my neck. And it was difficult to deal with, particularly after I had written. Well, I became a writer because it was the only thing I could do without exerting too much energy. And but then speaking at conferences, that sort of thing, I'd go to bed early. And when I arrived home from the conference, I would be in bed for a day or two afterward and just feeling completely worn out. So that's when I talked to you. You offered me the opportunity to speak with Peak.
That's right.
And I think I'd spoken with him maybe a few times before I decided that I was going to ask him for healing. And so I did, and I didn't really anticipate that he would give me healing. But 4 nights later, I woke up during the night and I was in a tremendous amount of pain in my internal organs and at the top of my right leg. And I woke my husband up and I said to him, you might have to take me to the hospital. I don't know what's wrong. I had a lot of pain in the left side of my chest and abdomen. And I said, you might have to take me to the hospital or call an ambulance. And he said, well, give it a couple of minutes, see how you do. And so I did. But the next thing I knew, and I have not had hypnosis for this, I looked into my journal today and discovered this was a conscious recall. And what I consciously recalled was finding myself lying on a table. And I was in almost like a misty kind of environment. There were 2 beings that I was aware of on each side by my head. They seemed taller than my normal gray, but of course, I don't know how high the table was. But they were glowing. And I was confused about what's going on. And that's when they showed me, I don't know if it was a screen or a screen image, a holograph or what, but what I saw was the outline of my body reclined, and through the periphery of my body, I saw like little bots, like energy running through the periphery. And then I saw the organs inside my body. And I remember that one was mint green and the other was pink. And they were working on those particular organs, I felt. And I was still feeling pain, but I knew that it would be over soon. And so they finished what they were doing, apparently. I woke up in bed the next morning and I felt like I was 23 again. Not an ache, not a pain, energy that I hadn't had since I was young. And it was so wonderful. So, Paul, I'll forever be grateful to you and to Keek for helping me with that. It changed my life radically.